Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm okay. Just obviously a couple days going in. Just how do you feel like preparation's gone? How do you feel like this camp has gone for your team? And obviously, I know coaches are never satisfied with where they're at, but do you feel pretty good about where your team's at? A couple days before this game against Iowa.
Yes, I feel good about where we are. Like you said, you're always, there's first game always has a lot of unknowns and a lot of things that makes you nervous, keeps you up at night. But bottom line is that our guys have worked extremely hard. I thought we've had a really good week of preparation. Just finished up our final on the field practice. We'll have walkthroughs and meetings from here on out until kickoff. So, but we coach till kickoff. That's our philosophy here, and our guys have prepared extremely well. I have a lot of guys that played a lot of football, and I'm going to rely on that for them to be able to continue to prepare well from now till the game starts on Saturday.
Justin and Kevin.
It's like I said, keeping on that note, I mean, how did you end up coming through it health-wise? Obviously, we've asked about some injured guys. I mean, what can you tell us about David Ellis' status? Is there anybody else that at this point might not be available tomorrow?
Yeah, we're just going through. We've got some guys dinged up, and we know David Ellis is a guy we're still evaluating. We won't know about him until kickoff, but just feel like that. Just got a few more guys that are in that position of being able to figure some things out for them. But overall, pretty healthy, and obviously the guys that you've asked about in the past, we've talked about those guys. And Michael Penix has continued to have a very good week, and so he's scheduled to be the starting quarterback, and that's. Been talked about before, and Marcelino Ball is back, and Thomas are back from their seasoning and injuries. Raheem Lane, same thing. So those four guys were lost for last year, and they're expected to go.
Kevin and Rick.
Yeah, I know Tuesday's practice was the one in pads. Any gauge on the physicality or how you guys hit and how you feel from that standpoint heading into Saturday?
Yeah, Tuesday's very physical practice for us by design, and Wednesday's pretty physical too. We go full pads on Tuesdays, shells on Wednesdays, but we practice a lot in shells, and we call it thud tempo like everybody else does. But really work hard to practice very physically in those two practices, keeping guys up off the ground, do live tackling drills in regards to taking dummies and shields and things like that and mechanisms to the ground, but not bodies unless it's a controlled type of deal. But nothing in terms of scrimmage-wise has been live on those days, nor will it be moving forward. So, but yeah, very physical though. And until you get to Thursday where you're just wearing spiders, it's just a lot of hands and proper placement, but it's always full speed. That doesn't change. So we have high expectations. We have very clear standards for how we practice each and every day and what the expectations are. And our guys have bought into that and are doing a great job of that.
Rick and Jim.
Yeah, Tom, you talk about the physicality. Is that the number one thing that stands out to you and you're concerned about with Iowa is how physical they are?
Yeah, I think that's something that they've done a really good job of in the past, and that's a tribute to them. It's a testament to them. It's a huge part of this football game, So, yes, there's no question about that. And then just also, the thing that sticks out for me with them is just the soundness of what they do on both sides of the football and special teams. They just don't make a lot of mistakes, So you got to be very, very physical, and you can't have much. There's not much margin for error.
Jim and Mike.
Hey, Tom, going into this game on the road, this is not the first time recently you've opened up with a Big Ten opponent, and the last year had its travails as well. But the impact of this game can't be ignored for the tone that it can set. What is it that the importance of this game brings out for your team and the opportunities that lie ahead after that? I know I'm not looking ahead, but what they can get accomplished by winning this game on the road.
Well, as you mentioned, we've had two previous Big Ten openers since I've been the head coach here, but they've both been at home. So this is our first road one that we've had. But, obviously any time you open the season with a conference game, the stakes are high, because it's a conference game, and so bottom line is that it is just a game. It is one game. It's not multiple games. It's one game, but it does have a lot of value, and it's a great opportunity for both teams, and as is the case for everybody that's playing, conference opponents defense week one, and you always want to set the tone. I think that never changes, no matter who you're playing. So but we're focused on one thing. That's playing our best football on Saturday. That's all we can control right now is how we're preparing to do that, and we understand that the opportunity is presented by this game and who we're playing and the quality of who we're playing and the venue that we're playing in. So it also makes for a very exciting opportunity for our guys. So our guys are very, very excited about this, and but we got to keep coaching until kickoff.
Mike?
Yeah, Coach, I know you don't have any 2021 film on Iowa to this point, obviously, but do you have any sense for how they might look a little bit different at all compared to how they've looked in different years based on new personnel or anything like that?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know if I call it guesswork, but there's a lot of things you're trying to anticipate based on, what personnel-wise, because that's really the big key is, being able to look at personnel and see the things that they can do within that personnel. Some of those guys are haven't played a whole lot, so you don't have very limited information. So not that unusual to not know a lot the first game, and so that's why I always think first game preps are very, very challenging. You're really trying to, your broad base of preparation is very expansive. Now you do have extra time, which is a benefit, but at the same time, you really don't know. You got to get to these first couple series, and then we'll find out, what they want to become, in terms of what their personnel for this year compared to maybe the past, and they're going to do the same with us, So yeah, it's just you kind of feel things out the first few drives, and after that, you just it's just playing football.
Zach and Dustin?
Hey, Tom, if I'm not mistaken, and I think we maybe have brought this up before, but Iowa's entire starting secondary is back. And obviously, I know conceptually, they're pretty consistent in a fair bit of what they do. But is there any concern for you in terms of Mike getting back in the swing of things, maybe having to knock some rust off against a secondary that's that experienced on Saturday?
Well, I think anytime you have, that kind of an experienced group coming back, that's positive for them. That's one of the strengths of their defense without question. And it matters having guys that have played a lot of football. And, we have some of the same things with our team as well. So, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I think it's the reality of playing a good football team, that you play them early. And like I said, they're going to have some wrinkles that they are doing a little different. There's no question. And we'll have to work our way through those, So, but bottom line is it's one of those games where, to me, you have to go out there and just react. You have to be, as coaches, we have to do a great job of adjusting to what you see and what you're going to get, because you're always going to get some things you don't expect. And so, to me, you got to be able to have a great coaching staff that can make those adjustments and figure things out. And just when you have an experienced group of guys, they don't get flustered by what happens early, whether it's good or bad. There's going to be some good things happen. There's going to be some bad things happen, I'm sure, to both teams in the early going. And so the team that's able to weather those and just keep playing football and finishes the best, makes a few mistakes, is going to find a way to win.
All right, Dustin, last one.
Yeah, Tom, I think sticking on their personnel, what in particular impresses you about Tyler Goodson and just what they're able to do in the running game with him and their other backs?
Well, he's a great running back, and just does a really good job of making people miss. He's a very patient runner, understands how to set his blocks up and how to cut back, and just is very, very effective, And so there's a reason, he has, when you prove you can, run for a lot of yards in this conference and do it consistently, that's what you're looking for, and their offensive line's a huge part of that, and their whole system's a huge part of that. So, there's no doubt that they have a really good run game and have one of the best running backs in the Big Ten, one of the best running backs in the country. So have a tremendous challenge ahead of us to stop them.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Awesome. Have a great day. Leo.